So what I'm going to be showing you in this video is my Mulloway rig. Okay, now this is a rig I've used for quite a few years now. It works on the principle that, you know, Mulloway are a little bit spooky and they don't like to feel any weight when they take, which I mean is probably true. A lot of people use a running ball. I like to just have the running sinker on about 80 centimetres of line. I don't like to have it fully free running on the main line, because sometimes if you're casting quite a heavy bait, the bait can actually outrun the sinker in the air, and then what you end up with is your sinker halfway along the line, and then your bait is actually free to hook up on seaweed or get sucked out in the gutter or whatever. So I only like to have that sinker running on about 80 centimetres of line. The other thing that I do is for my actual leader for the hooks, I use fluorocarbon. Okay, so any advantage that you can have when you're chasing Mulloway is good, I suppose. Once again, just trialling these little Lumo squids above the hooks, just you know, just to help with a little bit of attention in the water and that kind of thing. I'm going to give them a go for probably a month and just see if catch rates improve. But I used them for the first time the other night down the beach, and there was definitely a lot of attention and a lot of fish caught. So keep giving it a go, and if a pattern emerges, then maybe it's something that I'll add to my rigs permanently. If not, I'll just go back to just the standard hooks and leader. So I'll show you how to make the rig. What we need, I've got 80-pound jinkai, I've got some 60-pound fluoro, I've got two 60-pound crane swivels, one soft Lumo bead, two hooks. I've got one circle hook and one standard shank. This is a 6.0 big gun, mustard big gun. The little Lumo squid and a number 5 ball. So the first thing we do is take a length of leader. Okay, so about 60 centimetres, or 50 or 60. I want the whole rig to end up being about sort of 12 to 1400 millimetres long. So first thing I do is I put my standard J hook on the bottom. Okay, so we just snell that on. Make sure you go around a few extra times when you're using fluoro, because the fluoro is quite hard. It doesn't bite as well as normal mono. So I always step it up to about 8 or 10 wraps. The other thing you can do is put a small granny in the tag end if you want, so it can't actually pull through those wraps, but that's up to you depending on how you make your snells. The circle hook goes on the top, the theory being that this will be the last hook into the mouth and the first one out. So if we're going to hook the fish, we want to have the hooks back to back. That's pretty standard for myself, and I want to have that circle on the top. Okay, so once again, about 8 or 10 wraps around the shank and bringing that up. Then it's just a simple uni knot to the first swivel. Remembering to put a bit of spit on that line, just to stop it burning when you snug it up. And so we've got about a 40 centimetre main trace there. So we'll just trim that tag in. Then, this is something I've just started using. I always used to use Black Magic or Pen 10X, but I've just gone to jinkai. Yeah, it's pretty good. It knots really well, it's pretty supple, and it's got really, really good abrasion resistance. So we'll take about a metre of that, nick that off, tie it onto our first swivel. Uni knot's pretty much my standard knot for rigging. Try and do a 6 wrap. 5, 6. Wetting the knot. Now the next thing we want to do is make sure we slide a small soft Lumo bead on. Okay, so we'll slide that down, and what this does is just protect the knot from the running ball sinker. Okay, sometimes when the sinkers have been cast, you can get a little bit of a sharp lip on the inside, so that will just help to protect the knot. Slide that on, and then we finish off with our last swivel. Slide that down, trim the tag end, and there we have it. So that is my version of a running Mulloway rig, and I think using the fluorocarbon for your main trace just gives you a little bit of an edge. But so that's it.